Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from kicksoncord.com. Today we have another product review, and it is on the Shock Doctor compression padded shorts. These things I think are pretty cool. It took a little bit of time to get used to, but with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so basically this is a typical type of short as far as compression goes. It offers plenty of compression throughout the thighs and the butt. Or buttocks, gluteus maximus, whatever it is you want to call it. It has plenty of compression all over. It keeps all of your stuff in place if you're a male, which is greatly appreciated because you don't want that stuff kind of flopping around everywhere. And you know, it's a very comfortable, you know, undergarment to keep underneath your shorts. Some of the cool features on this that I have not had on any of my previous ones. I do wear compression shorts every time I play. Typically it is Under Armour, and then I also have some like off-brand that I use every once in a while when my Under Armours are dirty. These have replaced my Under Armours for two reasons. One reason is I like the ventilation in it a lot better, and for two, I think that the padding is useful when you get hit. So as far as the compression goes, it's perfectly fine. Like I said, it's nothing crazy when you compare it to anything else. As far as straight up compression goes, it feels about the same. One thing that I did have to get used to was just the interior lining of all of the pads. It's got a different type of like material on it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it has a different feel to it. It doesn't feel like the stretchy kind of like spandex type material. So it has a different feel to it. You know, it's not a bad feeling. It's just something that you got to get used to. The first couple nights I wore these, like I felt like I had like a little bit of like a diaper on, just because everything's kind of bulky, and it's not super bulky, but it's just, again, it's not anything that I was used to. I'd never worn anything with pads on it, so you know, this one especially over your tailbone, it was just kind of like you had to make sure that your shorts were on properly, and it kind of gave you that bubble butt look. But as far as it actually working, it does its job wonderfully. One of the things I was saying that I like a lot about this product versus the Under Armour one is, at least the Under Armours that I have, I don't know if there's new ones or not. Last time I bought compression gear was like over a year ago. But these ones have airflow. Basically it's just perforated sections, and these are mostly in the pads themselves, because the pads are pretty thick and they do not offer airflow within the pad itself. So by cutting out sections to allow some air to kind of get in there and you know, just kind of like properly wick away moisture naturally, I think that that's great. It's on both sides, and then the butt one, or the tailbone, is not ventilated, but the entire area there is ventilated, so I don't know how well this is going to show up. But all of these interior panels is all this micro mesh, and I don't know if you can see my hand through there or not, but this is all see-through stuff when it's on your body, which I did not notice the first time I wore these. I was walking around my house, and that was interesting. My wife thought it was hilarious. And then you also have more right here at the joints, which is pretty much in between your thighs and your crotch and everything. So when you open your legs and everything, that's where that is. And those are the areas. Also, it comes up a little bit to like the front region. But those are the areas that kind of like sweat the most. And so to have that stuff ventilated, it definitely does help out. It keeps me more comfortable, just because I know that when I was wearing my other ones, it just gets soaked with moisture. And by the end of the night, not only are you wet, but you're cold as well. So having this kind of stuff to be able to air everything out as it's happening is definitely a plus. So the other feature is pretty much the main purpose of the shorts, and again, I did like this, is the padding itself. They are in targeted areas, as I was saying before. You have the one that's on the back of your butt, which is basically at the tailbone. It's not on your cheeks or anything, it's just right up at the top, right where or you could see it, right where the band is, so it's directly underneath there. And then you have one on the hip areas, which are these guys right here. And those ones pretty much cover from right about here, and they go around and back, not completely covering your cheeks or anything, but it's mostly your hips or your thighs. And then you have these two main ones, which are on the front right here, and those are for impact absorption and all that kind of stuff. One thing is that you do not need the pads all the time. If anything, you probably need these hardly ever. However, that one time where you do get hit, it definitely helps out. I appreciated it. Because at first I was kind of like, man, you don't even need pads. I didn't realize how little contact I was receiving on this end. I have a lot more contact up here. But as far as like below the waist goes, you don't really get hit down there too often. But the one time where you do, you get that Charlie horse or whatever right on the top of your thigh. One of these two pads is going to pick it up, and they're going to absorb that impact and take that off of your body, so that you won't feel it not only then, but then the day after. So it's not completely necessary, but the times when you do get hit, it definitely does help out. So that's the one thing where I was kind of like, oh, I get it now, because I had gotten hit and I didn't feel anything other than the pressure from the bump. So definitely appreciate it. Is it necessary? Not 100%. It's going to be up to you, really. If you can manage with pain and things like that, just go with a regular compression short. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If you want to get a little bit more fancy, you drive in the lane quite a bit. You do take contact often. This is something where you might want to kind of consider or invest in, just because it'll allow your body to last just a little bit longer than it would without any protection at all. Alright guys, so that pretty much takes care of the review on the Shock Doctor padded compression short. Again, I really like the ventilation. Compression's about the same as any other compression short that I've worn, and the padding comes in handy when you need it. You don't need it all the time, but when you do need it, it definitely helps out. You can get these now over at shockdoctor.com and anywhere that they might sell them in store. I know that around my area, my sports stores only carry Under Armour stuff and McDavid stuff. They do not carry Shock Doctor items, so I would have to go shop online to get their stuff. But that's pretty much it. Also, in case you're wondering, they do fit true to size, so get your regular size and you'll be good to go. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.